Yo, what's good? It's your boy James Watts tuning in. What I'm gonna get in today is, man, knowing your personnel, knowing who you are, and knowing your path and what you do. What I'm gonna talk about today is really just, like I said, personnel, being able to know who you are, and personnel can be referred to as like gaining information from somebody else in terms of whether coming from an athletic standpoint, skill set, like knowing your personnel, knowing who you going up against. But what I'm gonna talk about in terms of personnel is like knowing your own personnel, knowing who you are, knowing your vision, and like just knowing your path and what you want to do. What I'm gonna get in today really is just that. And the first thing I'm gonna get into is knowing your authenticity, knowing your own authentic self, knowing that at the end of the day, I can look over here, I can look over there, but being able to stay focused on my passion and what I have to do, and being able to maximize that to the greatest of your own ability, and being able to just um, not being afraid to learn and study yourself and manage who you are, and not grasping information from other people. You know what I'm saying? Being able to have a mind for your own in terms of you figuring out who you want to be and what you want to be. And this for all my people out here that's chasing something, that got a professional field that they want to chase, and just being able to put yourself out there, man. I feel like putting yourself out there is something that's super important in terms of myself. I mean, some days it'd be hard for me to even make videos like this. Some days it even be hard to me to even create a YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? Because I never was invested in that. Because I always been the type of person that's kind of like to myself. But being able to see a couple videos go by and see me, helping other people out and stuff like that, that's when I wanted to start this journey. And I was just like, you know what? Going through my rehab process, like instead of just using my mind to distract myself from different things that's going on, let me like lock in on not only helping myself with these videos, but helping other people. So as I continue, it's been 3-4 months down the road. I mean, in terms of just like these recent videos I've been popping out with them, I just said, you know what, I'm gonna just go out there. I'm gonna just keep on dropping. I'm gonna keep on uploading videos and keep doing it because I've been seeing the people that it helped. You know what I'm saying? And today I just want you to like just always remember who you are. Like sometimes I feel like we forget, look in the mirror, and sometimes like if we having a bad day, we can allow our bad day to spoil into the next day. But why I say know who you are, know your own personnel, is because you will start to figure out your own patterns in terms of like mentally and psychologically, like how you think. Like if you have a bad day, sometimes we can be in our head a lot. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we can be hard on ourselves, but I'm learning that grace and self-compassion is something like it's the two main roles that you got to take in terms of like just being able to have some type of mental sustainability, because sometimes you got to say the process itself can be a lot and it can be tedious, and sometimes we can get fed up with the fact that dang, I gotta do this every single day. But what I've come to learn is switching your mind into not looking at it as a job or work, looking at it as something that you love to do, and having that enthusiasm, having that passion, having that compassion for yourself, and giving yourself grace is something that's important, because it take you a long way. And not only will it take you a long way just like in your sport or like in your professional field, but it take you a long way mentally. You know what I'm saying? Mental health is important. So being able to take care of that, being able to know who you are, being able to know your own thought patterns, and being able to create and reprogram your whole subconscious is super important. And the second thing I want to talk about is like being able to reprogram your subconscious mind. Um, being able to reprogram your subconscious mind, and I'll probably put that in the concept in here as well as I talk about knowing yourself, is that's one of the parts. I mean, it's one of the things. I might name that the title, but how to reprogram your subconscious mind. I'm in the process of doing that every single day, and I've noticed that with affirmations, with positive self-talk, with journaling, meditating, and with just awareness. I feel like I truly feel that the key thing in terms of changing your mental and your old patterns and making them and creating new patterns for yourself is all about awareness, all about being aware of the patterns that you may have and being able to fix it for your own good. You know what I'm saying? I feel like sometimes we kind of shy away from that because we feel like we have to, I say, try to be people pleasers, approve messages from everybody, and try to, rely on dependency more than independency. And I'm noticing that, especially me going through my rehab process, learning to be independent, learning to be on your own, learning to be by yourself, learning to figure out who you are, that's the most important thing. You know what I'm saying? I looked at isolation going through my rehab process as a blessing for me because I was able to use the opportunity to not only continue to grow my testimony and just what I was going through, and being able to share it with y'all, but I was able to pull out different things of myself that I needed to fix, and I was able to work on myself. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like not only do adversity make you stronger as a person, make you better, and make you more refined mentally, but just being able to take advantage, like make the best of, okay, God might have me in a season of isolation, but God is really using this time for me to be able to fix myself, being able to find what I can do for me to be able to be the best version of myself. And it's all about mindset. It's all about perspective. Guys, always remember that perspective is everything. Perspective can change the way you think, the way you feel, and just the way you talk about yourself. And being able to know the real meaning behind what it means to actually, have your subconscious mind reprogrammed, and that's just by you just having awareness and being aware enough to know that, okay, this is a certain trigger that's triggering me, or I'm in isolation right now, so let me create new habits or a new routine that I've always been thinking about, and let me put it into play when I got time to do so. Always look at anybody that's going through a season of isolation that's trying reprogram their subconscious mind, is trying to fix themselves, is trying to take care of their mental health and whatnot. Give yourself time, of course. Like, patience is everything. Patience is a virtue. It's the key to everything, to be able to accomplish something. But just make sure you have that awareness at all times. Like, if you ever talking to your friend and you feel like it's a pattern that pop up that you may not like about yourself, that only you are aware of, man, don't be afraid to note it. Like, don't be afraid to go back home and figure out what certain pattern that is, because the more you figure out who you are, the better off you'll be. You know what I'm saying? And most of the time we kind of get so distracted within our own work that we kind of don't even realize to pour into ourselves. But pouring into yourself is what bring the greatest out of you. Is what bring the best out of you. You loving what you do, and not only outside of your professional craft that you should be happy about, but also your hobbies. You know what I'm saying? What you like to do outside of you not being in your professional field, and you being able to reprogram your mind in terms of me thinking about and complaining about why this and why that is happening, being in my head too much. What are some things that I can enjoy that brings me joy? You know what I'm saying? So when I'm not doing my professional craft, I can be able to bounce over to this, because this makes me happy and it brings me a lot of enjoyment. You know what I'm saying? So being able to figure out your thought patterns and being able to learn yourself and figure yourself out. It's one quote, I don't know if it's by Epictetus or Socrates or any of the philosophers, but one quote that I did learn was, as long as if you can conquer yourself, you can conquer the world. You know what I'm saying? And that's a very interesting quote that I picked up on one of the philosophers, because it just talks about how you just have to be able to know who you are. You gotta be able to know who you are, and once you do know who you are, then you can be able to conquer anything you want. So being able to figure out who you are, it's a lifelong process, but being committed to it and being able to know that, okay, this is something that I want to do, and it's only for the betterment of myself to reprogram and reteach myself new habits, new patterns, for the betterment of myself. Because I feel like we be unaligned, you know what I'm saying, with God's will or with our will when we don't know ourselves. But when we know ourselves really well, as the years and as the seasons of isolations go by, when you take advantage of those seasons, you'll figure out that, hey, just a change of perspective is what caused my change to grow at a rapid rate, to metamorphosize, transform yourself, and being able to see the changes within yourself. You know what I'm saying? And like a lot of YouTubers don't talk about this, but reprogramming the subconscious mind, it takes time. It takes a lot of studying, and just in different books that even have, you know, how to reprogram your subconscious mind. It's different steps within books to be able to educate yourself on it. So everybody's watching my page. If y'all go to How to Reprogram Your Subconscious Mind, I think it's a book out there. I think I read it when I was like in high school or whatnot, but very important. Very important. It talks about just the abstract thinking. It talks about just different ways on how the mind works, and being able to tap into different things to elevate yourself for the better. And that's just, like I said again, being aware of the patterns that you may have, taking care of those things and making it your own. Because at the end of the day, like, we are all different people and we all got different preferences, but being able to be aware of the patterns that you may have and picking up on those things, maybe have a journal around and being able to write these things down is super important, because it just allows you to be able to just, like, okay, this is something I got to work on as a person. Write it down, get better at it. And it don't take, like, it's not day and night, but being able to stay consistent and committed to what you want to do to be able to improve your mental health for the betterment of you will allow you to be able to not only be, a better athlete or whatnot, but allow you to be a better human being, a better person, and feel good about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we all want to be happy. So being able to work on yourself, being able to study yourself, being able to educate yourself in terms of who you are, and just pouring more into yourself is very important. And that's what I've been figuring out in terms of myself, being able to pour into myself more, being able to just find different ways, find different things I like to do that make me happy, and just being able to stay consistent with that. And again, some days it's not as good, but being able to know that, hey, I can push through this, and having that resilience and that perseverance, you know what I'm saying? Because, man, this whole life thing is a marathon, so make sure y'all pace yourselves and make sure that y'all take it one day at a time, because, like, even just with the mental thing, it all takes time. Everybody got their own problems and different things that they're going through, but being able to, like, be aware that, hey, as long as I stay present and as long as I'm able to commit myself to be as present as possible in each moment, but also realize that, okay, I might have a problem with this mentally, but you know what, let me allow that to heal on its own, and I can still work with that, but I can still be happy while working with the stuff that I want to work on as a person. So always remember that, like, not only do you be aware of your patterns and stuff in terms of in terms of your subconscious mind, and just in terms of that whole reset and just trying to find a betterment of yourself, but always remember to even enjoy the process through you healing. You know what I'm saying? Like, healing is not just about focusing on, just healing itself, like being able to allow yourself to heal. It's like you falling on the ground when you was a kid and then you got a scar, and if you keep picking at it all the time, you know what I'm saying, you ain't gonna never heal. But if you just allow it to do its work and do its own work and put a band-aid over it and be able to keep on going about your life and keep enjoying it, eventually a week or two passed and you know your scar and everything done closed up. So it's all about patience. It's all about leaving stuff alone, letting go of different things, being detached from different things, and reattaching yourself to your spirit, and reattaching yourself to your calling and just what you want to do in life, and being able to push forward while still having fun. You got what I'm saying? So I don't know what I'm gonna name this video, but I'm gonna definitely name it just How to Program Your Subconscious Mind or whatnot. But I'm gonna figure that out. But I just wanted to give y'all some tips about just being able to study yourself, being able to know who you are, and just being able to make sure that you educate yourself more than trying to depend on other people. Because the more you pour into yourself, the more that you can get out of any craft that you building and trying to pursue, whether it's a goal or accomplishment. The more you pour into yourself, the more that you can be able to be efficient with your life and with everything that you want to do, to create that sufficiency. So yeah, man, it's your boy James Wise tuning out, man. And yes, man, I appreciate everybody for tuning into the videos, and yeah, I'm gonna keep dropping some more throughout the week and whatnot. And yeah, It's your boy James Wise tuning out. Peace.